My name is C.R. Avery. I reside in East Vancouver, and it's a pleasure to be here in the nation's capital. Thank you so much for coming out on a Saturday night. But a bourgeois house in the Hollywood pit. Pour up, talk a little above up, $1,100 bill. Banking over, set up a cable TV. Pedal down for the night pop, baby, baby. Flipped up the brown, way past the dawn. 57 channels, nothing on. Nothing. 57 channels, nothing. Check us out. Home and entertainment with my baby. Went down to the town, but a better life did. Brought it to the proof of the proper car. Went down to there, pointed it to the stop. Aggressive, came back. From the baby on. There's 57 channels, man. Nothing on. I bought a 45 of solid steel cans. What in the name of what Elvis Presley? I let that shit blast. Till the TV was a million pieces at my feet. They're pressing me for the stir bit. Palm out in deep peace. Judge asked, what can you say in your defense, son? Channels, nothing. Thank you very much, Ottawa. Hoo-ah! How's everybody doing right here? Oh, how's everybody doing at the bar? And how's all the tables front to the back? All right. Ladies and and gentlemen, every time I come to Ottawa, it's coming home. I haven't lived here in about 20 years, but I went to Canterbury High School. And so my first drinks, my first touch of the arts, my first everything was in the city. So it brings a lot of memories, and it's amazing to come back. And so you go to an arts high school, and then you get the question, so what it is that you do for a living, sir? And so I wrote this, especially explained to my mother and everybody else what it is I do for a living. Ladies and gentlemen, at the Elmdale Tavern, I am a boxer who's just returned from London. My trainer is of German descent, but he grew up in the suburbs of Los Angeles. His dad used to beat him with the strap if he didn't mow the lawn exactly right. This is what made him a hell of a scrapper. But because the insecurities passed on from his daddy, took to the bottle young, which slowed his reflexes, made him unreliable in his body, unable to take the physical abuse. So he spent his 20s and 30s drifting from El Paso to New Orleans, staying in these shitty rooming houses, training local middleweights in these smelly rundown gyms. All the while chasing the bottle and women that would come ugly to his face. I met him in the London Library. He was catching heck from a librarian for lighting a cigarette in the American poetry section. He was drunk and mumbling something about Hemingway. We became fast friends and went to a bar around the corner where he was already quite famous for his pair of dudes. But in the morning, we found ourselves at the gym doing the only thing we were ever good at. Him kicking someone back into shape. And me focusing on that moment of truth. So we flew back across the ocean. We were looking for a prize fight and for women that wouldn't call us ugly to our face. At customs, they asked me my occupation. I said I'm a boxer. They asked me where I was returning from. I said London. They asked me the purpose of this trip. I said sex, drugs, and spoken word. So I found myself in a little room. As I went through my belongings with a fine-tooth comb, as my trainer waited out with the rain, yellow cab, smoking, cursing as prize fighter. And at the press conference, between the light bulbs and commotion, I said, win or lose, tonight will be poetry in motion. And as I rose to my feet in my red gloves, inspired as someone who just does what he loves. Me and my trainer locked heads and put his wrist on my shoulder blades. The man that knew your deep, dark secrets cannot be caged birds. And a lot of poetry sucks. You gotta hit the typewriter with your fighting words. It was nice to have him in my corner each night as I stepped into the center of the ring to sing. And I know, at almost midnight on a Saturday night, you better hit him with a left and a right. Left, and a right, left, right, left, right, on a cold black night, left, right. But I was still knocked out of the 5th round. And the first thing that I saw as I regained consciousness, leaning over me, reeking of booze, was my trainer's age-scarred, ugly face. And I had what alcoholics call a moment of clarity. I knew with my last down breath, I had to kill, stab the myth that beauty is skin deep. My friends, the river of lies will be a precious fountain of youth. I'm a boxer who just returned from London. This is my moment of truth. There is always going to be an FM radio station playing in the distance soft. Enough with the cheap shots. Tonight my gloves are off. I'm just having a cigarette out in Ontario's cold. I am just a poor boy and my story is seldom told. I simply place my fists in front of my face. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Here's Russ. Here's the new guy.
Does everything sound okay? Everything all right on that front? Then I want you to give some love to our man in the back there that's just making it sound amazing. Give him some love. Ladies, he's single. And well, sometimes he's single. Shit, man, here I am. How's everybody doing? Oh. Yeah. When I was a kid, teenagers would say, man, you look like Springsteen. Now I'm older, young rebels tell me I remind them of Tom Waits. That's funny, I always thought I looked like Denzel Washington playing Woody Guthrie in a movie. Shot in Vancouver, but to me it looked like a crime scene out in the United States. Cause Mozart is music and Muhammad Ali is poetry. I'm one of a kind, but you'll just have to wait and see.
Sexy. Nice shirt.
He showed up with a harmonica and a harness around his neck. And he blew into the tiny instrument after the lyric was sung. You sound a little too much like Bob Dylan, said Crosby, Stills and Nash. Go fuck yourself, replied Neil Young. Cause Picasso is painting. Nina Simone's the sound. I'm one of a kind, darling. You'll find out if you take the time to stick around. Originality is for the ignorant. That's a statement you may or may not believe. But you can quote me on it when I'm dead and gone, or as I live and breathe. Sure, sometimes I hear a sister sing those south side blues. And it reminds me of a few freight trains that I know. It's hard to say if Richard Pryor made it to heaven in that red suit. But if he did, the angels are in for one hell of a show. Because truth is Lenny Bruce and honesty was Ginsberg's house. I'm one of a kind, darling, with no plans to throw any air in the towel. Cause Public Enemy is hip-hop and Sinatra was showbiz. She said, really? You think you look like Denzel Washington playing Woody Guthrie in a movie? I said, I haven't even told you who my leading lady is. Cause Tom Waits is a piano and shit. Springsteen's New Jersey Turnpike. She says, okay, who's your leading lady? I said, Stephen Harper. But in the movie, he plays a commercial drive Butch Dyke. Then she kissed me hard and she said softly, baby, you're one crazy fella. Then my city turned into a watercolor painting. And we walked beneath my umbrella. Thank you very much. This is Bob Dylan with DJ Shadow. Wake up in the morning for my pins and liver brain. Live up to my business. Drive empty insane. I paid the vision Pittsburgh. Rub the floor. Ain't gonna walk on me. It's found no more. Pick up him, pick to him, time him, pass up to the breed up to a pad up some good time him, find him every time him, plan up to ain't gonna walk on back, he's smiling no more. I'm at the best to be just like I am. Every time I want to be like just like every time I want to just like today, but bring wipe to you slave just up the ball. Ain't no maze found no more. Ain't gonna work on me, it's found no more. Ain't gonna work on me, it's found no more. Ain't gonna work on me. Show of hands, please. How many people here tonight have an iPhone? That's quite a few. How many people are online in their house? How many people have like laptops and computers? All right. See, what this show of hands shows me is that with the computer generation, we are going to lose some amazing publications, many books, because we don't read anymore. And there's going to be a whole generation that will never take pleasure in such publications as Playboy and Hustler. And since everyone is on the internet, it begs to ask this very important question. If a Playboy magazine is in the forest and no one reads it, is it still pornography? Because my friends, the wind is a speed reader. It's flipping through the glossy pages of a dirty magazine. It's absorbing its wet words like a dry, humored sponge. Seattle grunges face down in a toilet bowl. Rock and roll sleeps in a bird feeder. But before it rained, the wind was a speed reader. Now in this cherry blossom graveyard, God help me, the microphones don't always work. Sometimes they have this cool distorted tone. It's like, I'm gonna let everybody run up, and no one knows what you're saying. Another time it's a cordless. In an English plane, it has never been on a slow-moving train. It has never seen the ocean crash against the rocks. Unanchored and unorthodox, it cannot handle the beat of the box. That's why sometimes I gotta sing into the library of the wind to try to carry my voice over the drums, the guitars, or a chatty crowd. Like a hummingbird that hums aloud to pay his rent against my better judgment, I have let money drive my car, left the Scarborough Bat Scrape bag band smoking on the side of the highway while I vent. In a town where they'll use your name to fill a bar room, music usually means less than beer. But it was a musician who first said, I don't care. Tonight we're gonna play it by ear. My friends, if I die today, just bury me on Highway 50, in between the Many Seasons Church and Rob's garage. It's hard to say if the sun will flash through the clouds like a cloth badge to warm the deathly cold, which is the weather to bury the dead. But sing this land, up this land is yours, up this land is my land. But rewrite the words to say what needs to be said. And if you can't make it to my high note, rest stop, please. Everybody in this room, promise me you'll stick a harmonica out the window of a vehicle moving at high speed. This ghost-blown reed is how you hear the wind. Its sweaty palm answers are subtle, just like the sadness and disappointment in the waitresses and the patrons' eyes, who came tonight to be inspired. If I stand unperspired, it means you will leave empty-handed. So be candid, this is an apology in the form of an unsung telegram. Some nights are trickier than others, and all you can do is let the screen door slam. But one day, my friends, the world will turn all fast food chains into secondhand bookstores. And the world will finally be well read. But in the valley of the dead before death, don't hold your breath. So until then, I will be a literary obscene green lizard with my tail curled up like a garden hose. The great Canadian novel is now so it goes. So at gray dawn, I grab a crayon. And I draw a bath and I smear it with beads of sweat behind a cigarette in the garden of good and evil. This is hobo-erotic hip-hop. And let my vinyl and my work be more elusive than everything at a used record shop. My friends, every once in a while, into a regular old barroom, floats a mischievous breeze. And I'm flipping through a book. 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 Flipping through a book. Flipping through a book. Leaning against a jukebox, and it reads, like the fox, I run with the hunted. And though I might not be the happiest man in the world, I'm surely the luckiest man alive. Like the fox, I run with the hunted in this cherry blossom graveyard, checking microphones, following a northern star in a sandstorm dream. In this cold highway town morning, let sleeping dogs rest, the inscription suggests on headstones of gray. But born leader, the wind is a speed reader. Look, it's flipping through a book on a perfect windy day. Thank you so much. Are you guys doing all right? I don't have that much left. I'm gonna do one more song. And then I'm gonna pull up your holy fucking guitar blues legend of this town, and he's gonna do a couple songs with me. Does that sound good? So is everyone here having a good time? Okay. We got to try and experiment here on a Saturday night, and also a lot to think about. But I'm going to come into the audience now, and I'm going to be off microphone. And this is the third show on a very long tour. And so by the end of it, I'll probably sound like a frog. So if you guys, because it's just not me against getting a quiet room, it's all you that want to hear a song where I'm not screaming. So let's see if we can do this.
How's everybody doing? Can people hear the banjo?
Nope.
Okay, let's see if we can get this place quiet. Shut up! Shut up!
Hey, we got some live music down here. You guys gotta keep it quiet down there at the other end for 1 sec.
Ladies and gentlemen, I grew up on Highway 15, and my only entertainment, I didn't have a great bar like this in my neighborhood. All I had was a gas station with VHS videos at the top of the hill. That was my entry into the arts world. And this is called Hollywood Movie Blues. Well, this big guy made a sexist remark to my girl in a roadside bar. He had a Charles Manson tattoo, carried a blood-stained crowbar. Yeah, he was pretty rough and tough. And his outward demeanor was kind of grim. There was also his 12 biker buddies getting liquored up at the bar and laughing with him. I still said, watch your fucking mouth, bud. Even though he was twice the size of me. Because I'm a white guy with a mullet that looks good in tight jeans. And knows karate. Well, they all waited their turn as I did my famous back spiral kick. Hey, I don't enjoy whooping ass. But there's only one way to deal with a drunk is being dead. So with one smack, I cracked their heads together. And one by one, them thugs hit the floor. And the last thing that roadside bar heard was me making that farmhouse chopper engine roll. And if you listen close, you'll hear violins swell. The hardships in my early childhood, they were living hell. But I overcame every obstacle for the glory. 'Cause my life is based on a true story. My life is based on a true story. Now, my friends, I'm what you call a born swimmer. My mother had visions of speedos and dolphins. But my brother's cocaine habit robbed me on my prime. He wasn't tough enough in prison. I was the big brother. I took the rap and I did the time. Well, they let me out 30 years later. I was 76, but I had push-ups in the cell, backstroke in the shower. My abs were still built right. Now, my brother's friends were the scum of the earth, but with good intentions. I'll keep their character development brief. Everybody knows that hookers look like supermodels and junkies still have all their teeth. Well, I don't know how it happened, but I was a last-minute replacement of the Olympic swimming team. I was the only bald guy in the pool, but I had one last chance to live out my dream. Well, Russia was first, America dead last, on the final lap of the 100-meter relay. But my brother in the stands, now jug-free, cheered me on as one goal for USA. And if you listen close, you'll hear violin sway. The hardships in my early childhood, they were tough, but I overcame every obstacle, babe, for the glory. 'Cause my life, it is based on a true story. My life is based on a true story. Now, you know, it's not easy being really rich. And it's even harder when you're really rich and really good looking. It's like, it's hard. Like, it's hard. And I like being a single guy. But the party was a little stuffy. So I wandered up to the pool, moonlight, loosened my tuxedo tag. From the darkness stepped the secretary. She was a little nerdy and nervous and tripped and her papers went in the air. That's when I knelt down to help. And then she took off her glasses and let down her long blonde hair. Well, Jill was her name, and it was love at first sight. I couldn't eat or sleep when we were apart. All my city slicker friends, they just cared about money, but Jill, she was a simple country girl at heart. Now, I don't know how it happened, but somehow I found myself engaged to my law firm's boss's only daughter. And when Jill found out, she jumped from the 7th floor window. You damn right, I caught her. Then we went back to the humble beginning of the small town she was born and raised. There was lots of new country music in the air and God-fearing folk that had Jesus' name praised. Now, since I turned my back on those city social lives, I can live a simple but happy life. I've raised 4 sons on this farm, and Jill, she's been a patient, faithful wife. But now we're old and gray. We sit on the front porch, just wondering where all the time went. Morgan Freeman narrated my whole life story with a subtle but effective Texas accent. And if you listen close, you'll hear violins swear. The hardships in my early childhood, they were living in hell. But watch how I overcame every obstacle, babe, for the glory. Because my life is based on a true story. My life is based on a true story. Sing with me out. My life is based on a true story. Come on now. My life is based on a true story. Come on, sing, come on. My life is based on a true story. Say louder than that guy. My life is based on a true story. Come on. My life is based on a true story. Woo! You guys want to hear 2 more? Yes! Give some love for this beautiful human being on stage, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but you guys want to hear the greatest love song ever written? Yeah! No, I'm serious. I'm asking the ladies first. Ladies, do you want to hear the greatest love song ever written? And fellas, do you guys want to hear the greatest song ever written? All right, ladies and gentlemen, you guys want to hear the greatest love song ever written? You ain't seen nothing yet, baby. I gotta give up my chair for this man. Turn this microphone down a little bit, brother. Well, hey, hey, baby, I wanna eat you out. Hey, hey, baby, I wanna eat you out. I'll finish the deal for real without a shadow of a doubt. I can paint like Picasso. I got money like a mobster. But all I want to do right now, darling, put on this bread from Red Lobster. Hey, hey, baby, I want to eat you out. I'll finish the deal for real without a shadow of a doubt. So if you think this proposition sounds like fun, we'll just call it a 68. You can just owe me one. Baby, I wanna eat you out. Yeah, I'll finish the deal for real without a shadow of a doubt. I know we're in the nation's capital, so I'm sorry for my dirty mouth. In an oyster bar, hope no one is offended. From my West Coast pool hall slang. But you'll be covering. Hallelujah. When I go down on you like Katie Lang. Ah, baby, I'm gonna eat you out. I'll finish the deal for real without a shadow of a doubt. So how's everybody doing? I want to hear this crowd. I want to hear, hey, hey, baby. Hey, hey, baby. I said, 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 hey, hey, baby. I wanna eat you up. Finish the deal without a shadow of a doubt. Ladies and gentlemen, I would just like to say thank you so much for listening to me on a Saturday night. All kidding aside, it means the world to me. Thank you so much for coming out. So I'm going to end with this, and I would just like to say that I have a record that I made with the Prague Symphony Orchestra, and I have a book that I put out on Right Bloody out of California, and I have 2 CDs, and I put the same kind of sweat into making those as I do every night live. I understand we may have some broke students in the house, maybe a couple politicians and drug dealers. So my price range accommodates such. Well, if you're a student and that was your last 15 to get in and you just had 5 left to get a beer, give me the toonie or the change you have and take a fucking book or take a CD. If you're a politician or a drug dealer, give me $50 and take a book and CD. It just kind of evens out. But my thing is I'm a long way from home and the people that I love very dear. And I just can't deal with like 2 people going, yeah man, here's your $20 and take a CD. I like when I leave a joint that everyone in the club leaves with something. It means that coming and going town to town means something. Money's funny, whatever. If you got it, if you don't, please leave with a little something of what I do when I can't be here with you next Saturday night. My name is C.R. Avery, and thank you so much for listening. Ladies and gentlemen, this is about a person that you might know. Do you guys know a man named Pierre Elliott Trudeau? Because after 3 years of being Prime Minister of Canada, he married a 22-year-old from West Vancouver. Now I'm going to tell everyone in Ottawa, when you come to Vancouver, do not go to West Vancouver. You must come to East Vancouver. And you will find yourself a beautiful Italian girl, a little bohemian, sexy slam poet, and maybe your fate would turn out better. But Pierre, you are still in my prayers. They carried your body down Parliamental stairs to have Castro and Cohen to be your pallbearers. And Margaret ended up breaking Pierre's famous heart after supposedly spending the last weekend with Mick Jagger in New York City. Tonight, heavily in heaven with Lorraine Hansberry. And she's reading you her work, never produced in her too short of a lifetime. Maybe she'll even pen a play on your visions of a just society. And if you 2 kiss behind the pearly gates, I pray that bass line outlines the chords of a truly great man who finally met his match. Now here in an eternity's hallway, I have danced the part of having a woman in every port. As ex-lovers plotted the revenge in heated pool, unfaithfully wounded resorts. And Pierre, everyone here in Ottawa can imagine how you felt every time you heard the Rolling Stones on the radio. But he is not alone in this. We have all sat on both sides of this eternal hallway. And for the man that is famous for the line, the state has no place in the bedrooms of this nation, we did not repay the favor when his marriage broke up. My friends, we wasted so much time over a Bill Clinton blowjob. We wasted so much time giving a shit what Tiger Woods was doing when he wasn't playing golf. You know what Trudeau would have said if he would have got caught doing a line of coke and getting a blowjob in the Parliament buildings? Just watch me. My friends, we are just not the polite nation beside the superpower they are trying to pin on us. Sorry. 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 We were the Underground Railroad's destination from slavery. We were the third country in the world to recognize same-sex marriage. And we were the oasis for draft dodgers seeking refuge from the U.S. military. This is our history. This is our fuck you, America, they like us in Europe. But my friends, we are losing our character. It's not a matter who in a suit looks sharper, but now the United States has Obama, and we're left with Stephen Harper. My friends, we are now a Shakespearean trained actor in a bunny outfit doing TV shampoo commercials for Big Oil. And that is why a young man of 22 years of age from the United States, knowing our stance, showed up in Thunder Bay, Ontario, looking for refugee status because he did not want to sewer his tour of duty, and was handcuffed and sent back by the Canadian government to serve 15 months in U.S. military prison. Majority, baby. Majority. The train don't stop here. The train don't stop here no more. The train don't stop here. I said the train. 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 I said the train don't stop here no more. My friends, we need another Pierre or Elliot to